We're going to go more in depth on this in the Brain Trust video, but Gibbs, right now, if you're studying up for Madden 17, you've seen the gameplay from the Game Changers, you've listened to the dev interviews, you've read the blogs. What can you do? In this game, we're playing Madden 16 right now, but if I'm trying to get ready for 17, what can I do? I mean, I got zones here. I'm going to have different zones in 17. I'm going to have 10 new zones. I got hard flats. I got seam hooks. I got all different kinds of stuff. Like, should I practice my adjustments? Should I practice new runs? Should I go back to old formations? I mean, at the start of the year, you got to figure not everyone's going to have that heavy pressure that they have at the end of the year. So, like, you always run annoying bunch or gun bunch quads
always a bunch.
Or something at the start of the year.
Always a bunch guy.
Should people study that now? Are those routes and those combos still going to beat zone next year? Like, what's going to happen?
Football is football, right? I mean, that's what it boils down to. And, like, there's a reason that this right here, this route combination, there's a reason that this always works. Right here to the right. There's a reason we always preach this. Now, you've seen from all the Game Changers videos and all the different zones, things will change, and I think it'll be a little bit easier for people to adjust to that and say, oh, I want to take away the corner. They can drop a different zone, like they can call different zone coverage, where, like, right now, you have the capability to do those things, but it's a little more hidden. Like, over-the-top coverage changes your flat zone to play over the top, right? So now those zones built in, made it a little bit easier. You saw those from all those videos. But what I think you should do is just fundamentally learn how do you attack zone. And we tell you all the time. That's one of the resources that we try to do here at Madden Tips is show you the basic understandings of how to do things. So where I would say to start is start learning how to dissect a defense. Like, learn where you need to look on the field to understand what your opponent might be in. So, for example, I just put up a couple videos on my YouTube channel talking about how to read a defense. And it all starts with the deep safeties. You read the deep safeties, and then from there, you read the corners. And that kind of gives you enough information to start, like, populating ideas of what might this coverage be. This coverage, I think this coverage might be cover 2. And it's based on what you're seeing literally on the field. Now, there's things your opponent can do to confuse you there, but I think a good base start is what can you do to increase your knowledge of how to read a defense, and I think that's always going to carry over from year to year, always.
Yeah, and I mean, there's tools like Skills Trainer that you guys probably skipped over the first day you got your game. You're super excited, you want to hop in, throw a touchdown with Eli Manning, whoever your favorite team is, but you skip over the Skills Trainer, right, because it's day 1. But now it's day 210
million.
And you should maybe go back now, look at that, start to see, what types of things do I need to be getting prepared for at the start of next year's game. Question from Pistol, is Madden 17 going to be able to set up the blitz to come in instead of using stock blitz? So I think stock blitzes will actually be more effective in 17. That's something that I read in a blog and had them I've heard them talk about. So, you want to get used to calling blitzes. I don't personally call any, like, not blitz. Like, I only really set up my own blitzes. I don't just call, like, crossfire. I don't just call edge thing. But I think for 17, that's a tactic for especially early in the season, you want to go to. Like, you want to go to Mike Blitz 0 the first week the game's out, because people might not know how to beat it. They might not have the routes to throw at that point in the season on 3rd and long. And if you don't get pressure on 3rd and long, they're going to sit there and pick you apart. So those are some things you can do to get ready for 17. Keep an eye on your Twitch inbox tonight for some more tips on that front. And feel free to ask us questions. The more and more gameplay we watch, the more interviews we listen to, and the more blogs we read. Like, we'll make sure to continue sharing that on SGib's YouTube, on ZFarl's YouTube. So make sure to follow those too, because there's going to be tons and tons of time. But the season will come fast. The season will definitely come fast, and you want to be ready to rock.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, we got a defensive blitz pressure here. I know you wanted to kind of show some players how to stop.
Yeah.